OutDaughtered. Stars Danielle and Adam Busby recreate engagement photos, 19 years later. It's been almost 2 decades since Danielle and Adam Busby tied the knot in 2006, and they're marking all of their years together with a special photo shoot. The OutDaughtered stars and hosts of the More Than Reality podcast recently shared a family photo they had taken together and realized it looked exactly like their engagement photo shoot from way back in 2006. In the present-day snap, the TLC stars could be seen embracing while both wearing white button-down tops. In the early 2000 shot, they could be seen in similar shirts and posing in almost the same exact way. Kinda looks like we are retaking engagement photos 19 years later. Swipe over to see the white matching shirt actual engagement pic. Danielle captioned the series of photos on Instagram. Fans quickly chimed in to comment on the throwback photo, remarking about how much they loved the Y2K vibes. "What I love about y'all's engagement pic is that is pure early aughts awesomeness," one follower wrote, with another adding, "Adam looks straight out of PacSun, I love it." While Danielle and Adam grew up in the same area, they didn't meet until they were in college. Looking back on their podcast, Danielle says they first crossed paths while working at Target, just after the store had opened in the area. They dated for 2 years before Adam proposed and officially walked down the aisle in July 2006. The couple recently celebrated their 19th anniversary. "We have been through more highs and lows than a lifetime, but I thank God for bringing you to me. Sometimes it may seem like we're worlds apart in personality, but we complement each other in the most perfect and beautiful way by the grace of God. Love you, beautiful," Adam wrote on Instagram to celebrate a recent milestone. OutDaughtered quintuplets celebrate their 10th birthday. See their custom shirts and very specific dessert request. OutDaughtered stars Ava, Olivia, Hazel, Riley, and Parker Busby turned 10 on April 8th, marking a milestone birthday for the quintuplets. The Busby quintuplets are growing up. OutDaughtered stars Ava, Olivia, Hazel, Riley, and Parker Busby celebrated a milestone birthday on Tuesday, April 8th, when they turned 10 years old. Their parents, Danielle and Adam Busby, went all out for the big day, sharing several photos on Instagram. "BRUH, it's my birthday," the mom of 6 wrote alongside images of custom shirts with that catchphrase printed on them in various colors. "I cannot believe my quintuplets are what a journey we have been on, and I wouldn't change it for anything. Love you each so much. Happy 10th birthday, Ava, Olivia, Hazel, Riley, and Parker Kate." Adam posted a series of individual shots of each of the 5 girls with birthday candles and a special treat that morning. The Quints requested birthday donuts, very specific icing requests, might I add, for their breakfast this morning. The caption read, "Happy 10th birthday, girls." "Happy 10th birthday, girls," one user wrote. "It's been a pleasure to watch you all grow into such beautiful, lively young ladies. I hope all of you have the best day ever." Another commented, "I literally can't believe my eyes, they're 10. Happy birthday, Riley, Ava, Olivia, Hazel, and Parker." The most recent season of OutDaughtered showed Danielle and Adam, who are also parents to 14-year-old Blake, navigating the financial and emotional challenges of their girls getting older. In June, they opened up to people about how things have changed since first letting cameras into their lives in 2016. "We try to let the kids be kids, and if they want to film and be engaged today, or if Blake's not feeling it, that's fine," Danielle explained. "We have to feed around that, and that's how it's going to keep it healthy for our children." Adam added that season 10 was pretty difficult to film because all the girls were so involved in extracurricular activities and just different sporting things and dance, and Blake made multiple school sports teams, and so she was doing something pretty much every evening. And so it made it really difficult because you're like, okay, when are we going to film the show? It's a piece of our life. It's not the whole aspect of our life, and we don't live life just because of the TV show, but we love having an outlet to share, Danielle noted. "And we are real as possible. So you see the bitterness and the cattiness and the family struggle, but that's just real stuff. And a lot of it too is it's fun to us in a sense, but also it is hard. It's very hard to film a TV show, but we're still trying to do our best to abide by the calling that we feel like we have." They're in double digits now. On April 8th, 2025, the Busby family reached a milestone. Their quintuplets Ava, Olivia, Hazel, Riley, and Parker turned 10. The occasion was a big one, and Mom Danielle and Dad Adam made sure to give the girls a birthday that felt special, personal, full of laughter, and a few little oddly specific requests, because when you've had cameras around your whole life, you tend to know how to assert your preferences. For fans of OutDaughtered, it was a moment many had quietly awaited. Watching the quints inch closer toward double digits was inevitable, but still somehow feels dramatic when it actually arrives. The parents marked the day on their social media with warm tributes, photos, and little glimpses into how they celebrated privately. The posts showed the quintuplets in matching yet varied shirts. Danielle shared the image of the girls wearing custom tees declaring, "BRUH, it's my birthday." She wrote, "I cannot believe my quintuplets are what a journey we have been on, and I wouldn't change it for anything." Adam also got in on the celebration online, posting individual shots of each daughter with birthday candles and a special breakfast treat, adding, "The quints requested birthday donuts, very specific icing requests, might I add, for their breakfast this morning." It's a small detail, donuts, but the note, "very specific icing requests," hints at something deeper. As the girls grow, they're not just passive recipients of celebrations. They're shaping them, expressing preferences, and the parents are listening, giving them agency in how their special day is designed. Custom shirts, matching personalities. One of the most immediately charming visuals from the birthday were the custom shirts. On first glance, they're identical in message, "BRUH, it's my birthday," but on closer inspection, they reflect subtle individuality. The shirts came in different colors or paired with different styles, so that while all 5 are visually united, each girl still has her own shade, her own way of wearing it. That dual approach, uniform yet individual, mirrors the ongoing balance their parents need to strike, raise quintuplets, but respect their uniqueness. It's a nice metaphor, too, for what it means to grow up in a large family and in the public eye. You belong to a set, but you also deserve your own name, your own voice, your own style. In the caption accompanying the photo, Danielle wrote with awe and affection, "What a journey we have been on. I love you each so much." The shorthand, "BRUH, it's my birthday," strikes a casual, cheeky tone like something a 10-year-old might say, and that's likely no accident. It gives the shirts an energy that matches the age. Not too cutesy, but playful and expressive. Adam's posts also emphasized each girl individually, candles, close-ups at the same time, confirming that they are all part of this collective milestone. He didn't just celebrate the quints, he celebrated Ava, Olivia, Hazel, Riley, Parker by name, with their faces framed, moments captured. Donuts in the morning with custom icing, of course. If there's one birthday tradition many of us imagine, cake, balloons, candles, the Busby quintuplets had their own twist. For the first meal of the day, they asked for donuts. But not just any donuts, they made very specific icing requests. The phrasing suggests they had opinions. Maybe chocolate glaze, sprinkles, strawberry icing, or combinations thereof. It's a small moment, but significant. At 10, kids begin to appreciate textures, flavors, presentation. They know what they like, and they're comfortable voicing it. And their parents, especially in a family with multiple children, have learned to honor that, especially on a day meant just for them. Adam's caption emphasized their request, a tiny boast, a tiny laugh. Very specific icing requests, might I add. It shows delight at their precision, a tenderness about how these girls are growing. This breakfast moment also underscores a kind of privilege and flexibility the Busbys have cultivated. When you have means and time, you can bend the rules. Morning meals become opportunities for joy rather than purely functional. Rather than a hurried cereal or something easy, the day starts sweet, curated. That matters for memory. Behind the scenes, orchestrating a big day for 5. It's one thing to post a few pictures on Instagram. It's another to plan a birthday for 5 kids who are 10, all in the same family, all with slightly different personalities and expectations. No doubt Danielle and Adam had their work cut out for them, juggling logistics, extras, surprises, rest, and preserving something of the magic. We know that in the past, Danielle has expanded birthday celebrations with sleepovers, special events, outings. For this birthday, she shared that the girls had asked for a sleepover with their besties, so the family made it happen, and interestingly, not at their house, a logistical relief for the host. There were also water park or craft ideas floated, though not all specifics were publicly confirmed. But from what she posted, the birthday weekend was not just a morning of donuts and photos. It seemed to be an extended celebration, with friends, with fun, with the indulgence that comes when turning 10 feels like a big jump. Adam and Danielle have, over the seasons, spoken about how filming OutDaughtered has become more complicated as their children age. Extracurriculars, sports, dance, schoolwork, all of these make scheduling more burdensome. In interviews, they've admitted season 10 was especially tough to film because everyone is busier. Still, in the face of all those demands, they carved out space to let the girls have a birthday that felt like theirs. Not just the Quince birthday as content for the show, but a real birthday with real choices. And that is perhaps the most striking thing about the posts. You sense the parents trying to shield the kids from being mere stars and instead preserve their childhoods. Growing up in front of cameras. For those who have followed OutDaughtered since early seasons, one of the underlying questions has always been, how do you raise children when the world is watching? As the girls grow, their identities, preferences, boundaries become more complex, and the tension between privacy and performance only intensifies. When the Quints were toddlers, the narrative was simpler: coordination, milestones, sibling dynamics, feeding, sleep. But at age 10, they are starting to assert themselves more. They have favorites, likes and dislikes, aesthetic preferences, and they expect to be seen individually, not just as a set. So when the parents post matching shirts with a fun slogan, that's partly a visual brand nice for photographs, social media, the show's storytelling. But they do it in a way that leaves room for each girl to feel seen. And when the girls ask for donuts with particular icing, the parents highlight that detail as something personal, something the girls directed. It's a way of signaling. They're not props. They have voices. On their Instagram, Danielle captioned, "I cannot believe my quintuplets are what a journey we have been on, and I wouldn't change it for anything." That note, journey, carries weight. 10 years of daily routines, of filming, of sibling negotiations, of public curiosity. To reach this birthday means they've collectively navigated infancy, elementary years, the transition from toddlerhood to middle childhood, always under camera lights, perhaps often aware of being watched. Adam, similarly, acknowledged the challenges in balancing the show with the increasingly busy lives of the children. In interviews promoting season 10, he admitted it was pretty difficult to film given how many commitments everyone had: dance, sports, school. They've said they try not to force the girls into filmed segments. Rather, they allow them the freedom to opt in or out to preserve some normalcy. This birthday, then, becomes a microcosm, a chance for Danielle and Adam to show, to themselves and to fans, that the girls' preferences matter, that their individuality isn't swallowed by their status as the Quints, and that the family is evolving, adjusting, trying to hold onto childhood in a unique context. What this birthday suggests about their personalities. Even with the limited public content, a few little inferences emerge. The custom shirt suggests that the girls like things that feel bold, a bit cheeky, playful. They weren't dressed in overly thematic costumes or elaborate gowns. They wore something fun that reads as age-appropriate and relaxed. The breakfast donuts with very specific icing requests imply that these girls know their textures and flavors, that they care about detail, which is very 10-year-old territory. It hints also that they might enjoy sweets, and that their parents are willing to indulge those preferences. The fact they requested a sleepover with their besties suggests friendship is central. At 10, peer relationships become more valuable. For quintuplets, who are always together, having external friendships built outside their unique sisterly bond likely feels important. So the sleepover is meaningful. From what Danielle shared, the sleepover didn't happen at their home, a logistical relief, and the birthdays spanned more than one day. This pattern indicates an understanding that big birthdays often aren't confined to a single moment. It's a weekend event, an experience to savor, not dash through. Also, Leonard, just kidding, their parents are trying to give them room. Letting them sleep over, letting them choose icing, letting them be photographed with their own expressions, all of this helps the girls feel autonomous, even as they remain in a shared identity. Reflections on childhood, memory, and growing up in a series. It's tempting, when watching the Busby's public journey, to view these birthdays milestones and social media posts as part of a constructed narrative and arc for the show. But I think what's compelling is how they let the small, authentic moments shine through. A t-shirt slogan, a donut request, a name caption, a sleepover. These are the kind of memories we all hold dear. They are the grains in the bigger mosaic of childhood. At 10, the girls are entering a transitional phase. They're no longer little kids. Adolescence looms on the horizon. Their tastes become more defined, their opinions stronger. The way this birthday was handled suggests Danielle and Adam understand that. They let the girls direct parts of it. They celebrate both the collective and the individual. In future years, those donuts might be replaced by specialty cakes or themed parties. The shirts might become more refined. But the principle is instructive. Let the kids choose, let them comment, let them co-author their celebrations. For fans of OutDaughtered, this birthday is a milestone in the narrative 10 years of watching the Busby girls grow, 5 little ones who became sisters, personalities, voices. And for the girls themselves, this birthday will likely hold a special place. The first one in double digits, capped with custom shirts, favorite sweets, and sleepover laughter. OutDaughtered as Adam and Danielle Busby address family's move. The Busby family is busy starting fresh. Adam Busby and Danielle Busby recently shared that they shut down their business and uprooted their family, including 10-year-old quintuplets Ava, Olivia, Hazel, Riley, and Parker and Blake, 14, to a new town 30 minutes away for the new school year. The duo explained their decision to relocate from League City to Friendswood, Texas, despite backlash from fans on social media. God is removing us from right here in this space, and He's calling us into this other area because it's a smaller community, Adam said on the July 19th episode of his and Danielle's More Than Reality podcast. It's a tight-knit community. It's a place where we feel like God wants us to raise our children, to live a more intentional life with our children, and in a better, more suited environment for that. Despite their children's disappointment and sadness amid the move, Danielle explained that she and her husband did what's best. And I think it's okay, Danielle said. Even though it's hard for the kids to kind of accept that. When you tell them we're going to sell that house and move, they're like, hold up, that's not what we want. But you have to make hard decisions because we have to do what we feel is best for the family. 2 months after their move and a week into the school year, and Danielle and Adam's daughters are already adjusting to the transition. And I think it's okay, Danielle said. Even though it's hard for the kids to kind of accept that. When you tell them we're going to sell that house and move, they're like, hold up, that's not what we want. But you have to make hard decisions because we have to do what we feel is best for the family. 2 months after their move and a week into the school year, and Danielle and Adam's daughters are already adjusting to the transition. Above all, I've been very, very proud of how they've all responded and adjusted, she shared on the August 21st episode of their podcast. Especially Blake. Going into high school. It's scary overall. The pair explained that the teen was able to adjust after making the tennis team, which gave her a community going into the school year. That was a huge confidence boost for her, knowing that she's coming into this new school. She's already on the tennis team, Adam said. She's already made friends within the tennis team, but also made friends through their friends. OutDaughtered's Danielle worries if they can stay afloat with Adam's new job offer and no help. I'm screwed exclusive. In People's exclusive clip from the season 10 finale, Adam is keen to accept a new job offer that'll take him away for a week every month for 7 months. Adam and Danielle Busby still don't have the help they need for their 6 kids. The couple who share daughter Blake, 13, and 9-year-old quintuplets Riley, Ava, Olivia, Parker, and Hazel are struggling to juggle their daughter's busy school and extracurricular activities while they both work, and the process of finding a nanny has been less than fruitful. In People's exclusive clip from the season finale of OutDaughtered, Adam, 42, broaches the subject of adding another project to his plate, worrying Danielle in the process. So, what do I have to do to talk to you a little bit about work? He asks his wife, who says, I told you I don't want to do anything further work-related until we get the help that I know that we need. Adam then details the new work project he's been offered as he questions how they can solve their nanny problem. What do we need to do about that? Because they literally need me a week a month for probably the next 7 months. And it's more money too. But I need to give them an answer so I can start booking travel and stuff. In a confessional, Danielle worries about the reality of Adam being gone for that long so frequently. A week a month for 7 months? I mean, we can barely stay afloat with both of us home. Adam says that they need to hire 2 girls who they interviewed in a previous episode, who turned down the offer when they learned they'd be splitting shifts rather than working as a pair. I can't make them take the job, Danielle tells him. Adam then offers a potential solution. I know they were a little hesitant because they think it's a job for more than one person. What if we hire these girls to work at the same time? I do appreciate, Adam working harder to discuss these types of things so that we can come to a decision together, Danielle admits in a confessional, reflecting on past issues she's had with Adam committing to things without discussing with her first. I'm willing to explore the option of Adam working more. She agrees to call and ask and see if the nannies are still available, as she reasons. I mean, if we make more money, I guess that might be doable. It is doable, Adam agrees. Danielle is not totally convinced, though. If he takes this job and we don't have those nannies, and mind you, we haven't heard back from them in a month, I'm screwed, she says in a confessional. OutDaughtered stars Adam and Danielle Busby have witnessed unexplainable things in their lives. In many ways, they feel a calling to share their story with the world. But Danielle recently reminded people not to give up. Furthermore, she discusses a major miracle in her life to encourage others. Danielle Busby fights for people to hold on. Unmistakably, OutDaughtered mom, Danielle Busby has a gift of encouragement as one of her strengths. Oftentimes, she talks about her faith and the passion that comes with relying on God amid difficult decisions. In Adam and Danielle's podcast, she has let fans in on countless times that she believes her faith has carried her through. For instance, she discussed a terrible truth about her father. Likewise, Danielle has gone through personal health trials that she didn't know if she could survive. Furthermore, there are trying times in her marriage, and even though